Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me, Momna Technology Wali. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Punjab, Jillam, and a co-facilitator at Rayan School Online Academy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I will take the interview of ChatGPT topic learning from failure, turning setback into opportunities. So let's start it.
Hey, I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. How about you? How's your day going so far?
Okay, so my day was going super nice. So today I will take your interview the topic learning from failure, turning into setback into opportunities. So are you ready?
Absolutely. I'm really excited to dive into that. I think it's such a powerful topic. So, yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. Just fire away with your questions.
Okay. What is failure?
That's a great starting point. I'd say failure is essentially a lack of achieving a goal or reaching a desired outcome. It's that moment when things don't go as planned, whether it's a small mistake or a big setback, but the way we interpret it really defines what comes next.
Okay, that's nice. My next question is why
Yeah,
do
exactly.
people fail?
That's a really insightful question. I think people fail for a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's a lack of preparation, other times external circumstances beyond their control, or maybe just fear of taking risks. But it's really how we respond to that failure that shapes our growth.
Okay. Why do is failure always bad?
That's a really important point. Failure actually isn't always bad. Sometimes it's a chance to learn, to pivot, and to grow. Many of the most successful people have failed multiple times before they got where they are. So it's all about reframing it as part of the journey.
Okay, that's nice. What can we learn from failure?
Oh, so much. I mean, failure can teach us resilience, adaptability, and even self awareness. It helps us see where we might need to improve, adjust our strategies, and sometimes just gives us that clarity about what really matters to us.
Okay, that's amazing. How can failure help us grow?
Yeah, I think failure really pushes us out of our comfort zones. When we reflect, like, why didn't it work? That reflection gives us new insights, builds grit, and helps us refine our approach next time. So it's a real catalyst for personal and even professional growth.
Okay, that's nice. What is a setback?
Yeah, so a setback is kind of like a temporary obstacle or delay in progress. It might not be a total failure, but it's a moment where things don't go as planned. And like failure, it's just a chance to reassess and keep going, often with a bit more wisdom.
Okay, how do setbacks affect our life?
Yeah, setbacks can be really disruptive in the short term. They can shake our confidence, slow down our progress, or make us question our path. But over time, they often push us to reevaluate, become more resilient, and sometimes even lead us to better opportunities than we've planned for.
Okay, that's interesting. How can we turn failure into success?
Yeah, that's a really empowering shift. I think it starts with reframing how we view failure, seeing it as a data point rather than a final judgment. Then we take intentional steps, analyze what went wrong, adjust our approach, keep learning, and apply those lessons moving forward. So each failure becomes a stepping stone.
Okay, that's great. What should you do after failing?
Yeah, after failing, I think the key is to pause and reflect. Give yourself a bit of grace first, then identify what went wrong, figure out what you can control, and make a plan for your next steps. And remember, it's okay to take it one step at a time. Progress is still progress.
Okay, why is a positive mindset important?
Yeah, a positive mindset is so crucial because it helps us stay motivated and resilient. When we believe that we can grow and that we're more likely to take risks, keep going, and spot opportunities we might otherwise miss.
Okay, that's great. How can mistakes help learning?
Oh, definitely. Mistakes are like these built in feedback systems. When we make a mistake, we get a chance to figure out what we didn't understand, refine our skills, and adjust our approach. So each mistake is really a little lesson in disguise.
Okay. Why should we not fear failure?
Yeah, exactly. Fear of failure can actually hold us back. When we let go of that fear, we give ourselves the freedom to experiment, to be creative, and to take those bold steps. After all, every failure is just a chance to move forward with more wisdom.
Okay, that's nice. How can failure build confidence?
Yeah, it's pretty powerful actually. When we fail and then overcome it, we prove to ourselves that we can handle setbacks. Each time we build a little more resilience, and that trust in our ability to keep going really boosts confidence for future challenges.
Okay, that's nice. How does expense help after failure?
Oh, experience is huge. After failure, we gain a deeper understanding of what works and what doesn't. So each failure becomes a sort of teacher. The more we experience, the more we know how to navigate challenges, avoid pitfalls, and ultimately succeed.
Okay, that's great. What is self reflection?
Yeah, self reflection is basically the practice of looking inward, thinking about your actions, decisions, and their outcomes. After a failure, it's a way to pause, ask yourself what you can learn, and get clarity on what you might do differently next time.
Okay, that's nice. How can self reflection improve us?
Yeah, self reflection is so powerful because it helps us become more self aware. We start to notice patterns in our behavior, our strengths, and our blind spots. And once we understand those, we can make intentional changes, build better habits, and align our actions with what we truly want.
Okay, that's nice. How can failure motivate success?
Yeah, absolutely. Failure can actually light a fire under us. When we fail, it can spark a deeper determination to prove to ourselves that we can overcome it. We set new goals, we get sharper, and we put even more effort into making success happen.
Okay, that's great. What famous people failed before success?
Oh, so many. I mean, look at J.K. Rowling. Her Harry Potter manuscript was rejected countless times before it got picked up. Or Walt Disney, he was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. So a lot of big names faced failure before they became successful.
Okay, why is practice important after failure?
Yeah, practice is essential because it helps us build skill and confidence. After a failure, we don't just stay stuck, we refine our abilities. The more we practice, the more we turn mistakes into mastery, so each attempt is better than the last.
Okay, that's great. How can we avoid repeated mistakes?
Yeah, that's a great point. To avoid repeating mistakes, it really helps to analyze them closely, figure out exactly what went wrong, document the lessons, and create a clear plan for how to respond differently next time. And of course, give yourself patience. New mistakes are just part of the process.
Okay, that's nice. How can teacher help students learning from failure?
Yeah, teachers play a huge role here. They can create a safe space where students feel okay to fail, and then they can guide them through reflection, helping them break down what happened, ask questions, and find practical ways to improve. That support really makes a difference in turning failure into growth.
Okay, that's nice. What is the role of hard work after failure?
Yeah, hard work is really what keeps us going after a failure. Once we've reflected and learned, it's that persistent effort, putting in the practice, staying committed, and not giving up that turns a setback into eventual success.
Okay, that's great. How can failure build confidence?
Yeah, absolutely. When we face failure and push through it, we prove to ourselves that we can handle challenges. Each time we recover, we build this inner trust. So confidence grows not despite the failure, but because of it.
Okay. How can mistake help us more learning and growing up?
Yeah, mistakes are really like these signposts on our journey. When we make them, they highlight areas we need to improve. And by examining them, we gain new insights. So each mistake is actually a stepping stone, like a chance to refine, grow, and ultimately become more capable.
Okay, that's great. How can failure change your future positively?
Yeah, I think failure can really shift our trajectory. When we fail, it often forces us to rethink our goals, try new approaches, and discover strengths we didn't know we had. So, in a way, those failures can open doors that success might never have led us to.
Okay, that's great. Okay, thank you so much, ChatGPT, for giving me your special time. Your answer was super good. So take care. Allah Hafiz.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad we got to chat, and I hope the interview goes really well for you. Take care, and Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. We met as soon as possible. So take care and Allah Hafiz, everyone.